the No Fake channel. Checking in. Jonathan here, and today I'm going to be giving you my initial thoughts, my first impressions on the Rep Fitness brand new open trap bar. You know we are going to quickly touch upon the dimensions and the stats. You know we're going to dive into the cost. Also, I'm going to talk about the fit, the feel, and I'm going to answer the most frequently asked questions. Heck, I'm even going to talk about the assembly. Now, I want to thank all of you because when this thing went online for pre-order, I snapped at the chance to pick it up because you have all been using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video. And as promised, all of the proceeds from those links goes right back into the channel for future reviews. So if this is your first time to the channel, welcome aboard. On this channel, you know we just review pieces of home gym equipment. Weighing in at a respectable 60 pounds, this Rep Fitness open trap bar is 84.3 inches long with 16.5 inch wicked hard chrome loadable sleeves. The bar itself is a black powder coat with a knurling in the dead center. Speaking of knurling, these handles are 28mm diameter handles and they are stainless steel. The inside width is 27 inches. For you mass monsters that are out there, this thing can hold 900 pounds and it comes with a 5-year warranty. I'm going to put all the other nitty-gritty descriptions and stats in the description of today's video if you want to dive in a bit further. Cost. It's usually the number one factor that many of you will use when deciding between equipment. And honestly, I don't blame you. It's a quick apples and apples comparison. However, I don't put as much weight into cost as most of you because when I think of home gym equipment, I think and I know that it's going to last a lifetime. There's really nothing to break on these things. There's very few, if any, movable parts. So I don't put as much weight on something that over the course of such a long period of time isn't going to matter in terms of the differential. With that all said, let's put this into perspective. We've got Rep Fitness OTB coming in at $400 plus free shipping. Titan Fitness's rackable trap bar that is a closed system, $330 plus free shipping, and you get Rogue Fitness with their closed rackable trap bar coming in at $395, but you do have to pay for shipping. And then Vulcan is like $680. I'll put a few more on the screen to give you an idea of where this lies, but overall it does seem to come in lower on the scheme of things compared to much, but not all, of the competition. My initial thoughts when it comes to this Rep Fitness OTB is that frankly, Rep Fitness lied. That's right. It's hard to believe, but they lied. In the assembly instructions, they said it's going to take 5 minutes. And that's not true. It took 5 minutes to open the box, and it took 15 minutes to assemble this. You will need a 17mm wrench, but it wasn't that difficult. Now, let's talk about looks. When you were growing up, you know your parents said, looks don't matter. What's on the inside that counts. And the reality is that's a boat of BS. When it comes to home gym equipment, even though looks aren't going to get you more gains, we love to have beautiful, pristine, highly aesthetic equipment, and that's what this thing is. When it comes to those hard chrome sleeves, they shine. And when it comes to these stainless steel handles, they feel great in the hands. Now, the black powder coat is nice, and you get this knurling in the middle for when you're going to be doing squats on this thing or when you're going to be doing suitcase carries. I hate to see this bar leave, but I love to watch it walk away. Now, my initial concern when it came to this open trap bar was the balance. And obviously, you're going to want to lift facing the open section. But I just was curious if it was going to be balanced front to back, regardless of which way you faced. And when I picked this up with no weight, I did think it was almost dead even in terms of balance. I don't know specifically if it's 100% balanced both ways, but I didn't notice a difference. And certainly, there was no difference when I put on 45s on each side. Now, the biggest standout to me right off the bat when using this were the handles. Man, they feel good. Now, they are 28 millimeters, the low handle being 8.3 inches floor to center, the high handle being 11.3 inches. I actually prefer the 28 millimeter handles. For those of you that will prefer the 29 or even a thicker handle, I do know Rep Fitness hinted at putting out additional handles and even a whole bunch of customizable handles because these handles can be removed quite quickly. You do need to use an Allen wrench and it takes about 30 seconds each side, but it's not that big of a deal. The hard chrome sleeves look and feel amazing. They are reminiscent of the cambered Swiss bar that they put out this year, as well as the safety squat bar. One of the things that's probably easy to overlook, but once you start using it, you're going to really appreciate it, are the fact that these feet, they designed this open section to allow you to be able to easily load up on the plates without the need of wedges. For those of you not familiar with the trap bar, you do need wedges in order to load up that bad boy typically, unless you get this design, because even if you have a deadlift jack, it won't work on a trap bar. This trap bar does fit nice and neatly inside the Rep Fitness PR 4000 that you see here. I was able to deadlift inside my rack for those of you who might have concerns about your space situation. I will say that it was a little bit snug, and if I had taken like a stutter step forward or back, I might have clipped or hit the actual uprights on my power rack. I talked about how good these handles feel, but something that felt better than expected was squatting with this bar. You can't squat with this bar and almost use it like a cambered squat bar, and frankly, because these handles can be removed, they don't get in the way of your squatting, and the weight balance on here was comfortable, for lack of a better term. One thing I want to bring up now, and I will revisit more in depth on my 2-month review, is that both the handles and the sleeves will eventually need to be retightened. I have to imagine it will take at least 4 or even 6 months before you'll see these loosen up at all, but it is something to consider. I pre-ordered this bar, and I know a lot of home gym equipment manufacturers are moving towards pre-orders, especially for their new releases, their new drops. I never have a problem with pre-orders. As I mentioned earlier in the video, when I buy something, I think about it in terms of lasting a lifetime. So I don't necessarily need to get it quick. I want to get the best product for my home gym. I know some of you have concerns about the pre-order, but in my experience, I wouldn't worry about it. It will get there sooner than you realize. Is this Rep Fitness open trap bar worth $400? The truth is, I don't know just yet. I've had it for a week, but I haven't put it through a month or 2 months worth of pain and gain down here in the blood and guts dungeon. So if you are interested in my 2-month review, make sure you give the video a like and hit the subscribe button. Now, if you made it this far in the video, you and I are best friends. Mickey and Minnie, Chip and Dale. We are Shake and Bake, band of brothers. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. New home gym equipment reviews 3 times a week. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.